everybody, and what beautiful conditions we find ourselves in Edinburgh at Scottish Gas Murrayfield, the home of Scottish rugby, and the Piper leads the teams out from the tunnel as this venue swaps the oval for the round ball. Sky-high posts replaced by goal nets, and the lines redrawn for this pre-season contest. The new Premier League season is looming, 10 days until it all kicks off, and preparations are in full swing for the 26-27. Have descended on the Scottish capital. Isla against Scotsman David Moyes and Everton. Matthias Isla makes 4 changes from his first selection in the victory in the Mestalla on Saturday evening, as Lewis Hall returns at left back. Joe Linton comes into midfield and takes the armband from the now departed Bruno Guimaraes. New signing from Hoffenheim, Bazumana Toure, starts on the left, while after netting a second half brace against Valencia, Johan Wissa is given the in charge, but with experience at RB Salzburg as well, having won back-to-back titles in Austria. He will be has been fairly extreme, but a great opportunity to gauge exactly where two of England's Premier League big guns are 10 days out from the big kick-off in the league campaign. Delighted to see former Leicester City and Celtic midfielder Neil Lennon's alongside me. And well, Neil, it's an interesting one when you get two teams from the same division facing up in Patterson, Hackney, and Jai finds the space. Not enough to open it up for a shot for himself. Now finds George. And Nikolenko is just short from Tyreek George.
A lovely feed from Njai. Just that little burst of speed, and you know, he drops 2 players and then a little slip pass to George. Maybe should have took the shot on earlier, but then should have finished his work with a pass to Nikolenko. But nice little cameo there from Njai.
Really Everton's home form that was costly last season. When you look at their record on the road, 7 victories was the same as Manchester United, Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea. Only Arsenal and Man City have more away wins than them. Here's Wissa to Asula. That's a great challenge from Tarkowski, but still on for Wissa. And Everton eventually scramble their way clear.
Brilliant defending from Tarkowski in a 1v1 there. And Sula maybe will be disappointed he hasn't got a half a yard get shot off. Oh, he's in.
Opportunity for Barry. Hall coming back, makes the challenge. And now Armstrong feeds it to Tierno Barry. Everton take their chance and open the scoring at Scottish Gas Murrayfield. Had to stand up to things defensively for much of this first half, but then the break in behind from Tierno Barry is finished by the French striker.
That's a big mistake from Botman. He misses it. Lewis Hall does great twice, but Armstrong's backing it up, slips in Barry, and it's a lovely finish. I think Hornacek gets a hand to it, but he can't stop it. Lewis Hall does tremendously well twice there, but unfortunately for him it breaks to Armstrong. Barry's reclaimed his position, and it's a really good finish, but individual error there from Botman from you know, a long ball really. And at the other end, you know, Tarkowski does brilliantly to stop Sula from getting a shot off.
It's been a good start to pre-season for Tierno Barry.
And it's come from all the way back in the Everton back 4. He's still at it.
Not finished yet. Dewsbury Hall, who goes down, and Nick Walsh points to the spot. Denied just seconds ago by Lukasz Hornacek, but Everton have a glorious opportunity to make it 2-0.
Well, he's right there, the referee, and there doesn't seem to be much complaining from Newcastle. Just steps away from Looks a little bit soft to me, Rory. Maybe there is contact. Oh, that's very soft. I'm not sure about that at all. I think he just stands his ground, really.
Almost looked like any contact is initiated by the Everton player rather.
Lovely team flowing move that, and deserved the goal, but I'm not convinced this is a penalty.
Jai. The boos from the Newcastle United supporters. The Senegalese is unmoved by that. Sends Hornacek the wrong way. And with 10 minutes to go in this first half, Everton have carved themselves a 2-0 lead here against Newcastle.
Yeah, well, after a sluggish start, they've really grown into the half, and it's 2 goals up now. But for me, the move previous to the penalty decision was a fabulous team move. That would please the manager no end. Great movement, because you've made a really good start the first half of the season. He's a top player, isn't he? And personality as well.
Yeah, seems a real positive influence off the pitch. Here goes Barry. And down he goes, and they'll have a free kick just outside the box.
He has really impressed me today, Rory. He's just full of running. He hasn't given the Newcastle defence a minute's peace. He's obviously got his goal. Looks a bit ungainly at times, but he gets there, and he's held the ball up well, but his work rate has been fantastic. Real honesty about him as well. I know it's pre-season and it's just really, it's ridiculously early, but I have to say I've been really impressed with Everton. Real good balance to him, fluidity at times, organisation, whatever you want to call it, but going forward they have looked really good as well.
They've got a new set-piece coach in Dave Reddington. The instruction is here, bend it in the top corner.
That would be my instruction to him if he can, that'd be great.
It's Dewsbury Hall, and he wasn't a million miles away as Hornacek gets across and has to get a hand to that.
Yeah, it's a good hit, It's a righty and a lefty on it, gives the goalkeeper decision to make, but it's a nice head for him. He gets down, keeps it out. There's a couple of good
attacking threat from Newcastle since the opening couple of minutes, really, when Jacob Murphy managed to get in down the right-hand side. But since that, Everton have really taken control, look far the more likely to add to this. That's George. It's a great run from Armstrong. Back to George. Oh, that's a wonderful goal. That is absolutely outstanding. The finish that tops off a fine performance from the 20-year-old. And that loan move that's become permanent looks to be a fantastic bit of business for David Moyes and Everton.
Well, he has really caught the eye. We were talking just about him a couple of minutes ago. But what's his touch from Armstrong as well? George wraps it into his feet. It's a beautiful touch to get away from the defender. Then he has the capability of nice way to pass. Great turn from George, great swivel, great hit. That's a brilliant goal, and no more than Everton deserved, really. And you made the point about Newcastle. You're right, Rory. They started off a little bit brightly the second half, but since then it's just been all one-way traffic, and no one really has caught the eye for the Newcastle team. I know it's pre-season, but Everton look way ahead, and you can't judge it. But just on this, on the amount of games that Everton have played, they look far more ready than Newcastle at the minute.
Well, that the perfect opportunity to introduce Adam Asnou, who did make his debut in the FA Cup loss to Sunderland in January. Turn. Murphy fired across with pace, and Harvey Barnes does give Newcastle fans something to cheer about. And they are on the boards with 85 minutes played. It's a slick move. Murphy to Barnes. Gets Newcastle one back.
Yes. Lovely position from Joe Willock. Nice way to pass to Murphy. Great cross. And a lovely finish at the far post. It's been a long time coming, although it's no coincidence that, you know, they've taken off Keane and Hackney and all of a sudden there's a couple of holes appear there. And James Tarkowski was not happy with a couple of his teammates there for conceding that. But a really well worked goal.